Hey guys, we want to welcome you today. We're so excited for Coffee with Clients on this remarkable day, and we're excited to have you and to welcome each one of you into our room today. It's the gathering of the family. We're gathering at the table and for a wonderful time with Coffee with Clients. We're super excited to welcome each one of you here today, and we're going to be getting going and jumping right into this. And so thank you everyone for jumping in, and we welcome you on this day for Coffee with Clients. And really coming into this, my name is Rick Curry, and I'm going to be hosting today with also with Julie Reynolds, and we are super excited to welcome you today to Coffee with Clients. And Julie, you want to jump in and just say hello?
Hi, everybody. I'm Julie Reynolds, and my coach is our Pat and Karen Schatzline, and I'm so excited to share with you guys today.
My name again is Rick Curry. I've been on the program now since the beginning of 2019. I've lost about 120 pounds. I'm off 8 different medications. I had sleep apnea for over 20 years. I was super morbidly obese. I traveled full time, but I lived exhausted. I lived frustrated. I lived in a desperate place. And look, I remember telling my coach when I first got started, because of the work I do, I was invited to come on and do some television work for these people. And I turned them down. I said no, because of my own personal appearance. I was desperate. I knew I needed to change. I knew something had to happen. My doctor was recommending for me, some kind of surgery, and I wasn't opposed to that. And I celebrate that for those who make that choice. But for me, I knew that there was a better way for me. And so I learned about this program, maybe very similarly that you did. A friend of mine was talking about it. They offered me a free bar, and thank God it was a campfire s'mores bar. So I was hooked like forever. I was like, does everything taste like this? Then I'm in. And everything doesn't taste exactly like that, but it was amazing. And so we've been able to reclaim our health. I remember when my doctor told me I no longer had sleep apnea, and that was a big deal because I no longer had to sleep tethered to the nightstand. And now, old enough to be most of y'all's daddy, I did a 1-hour water aerobics exercise workout this morning in our travel. I was in the gym before daylight, really trying to get my day focused and in alignment. So whether you're one day on the journey, or whether you're day 5, like we saw a few moments ago, or if you're in this for a longer period of time, there's room at this table for you. We welcome you. This is not about comparison. It's about community. And all of us are here to really help you maximize your journey. Julie Reynolds is hosting with me today. She's an excellent teacher, very successful client and coach, and we're going to be hearing from her as well. And so we're just super excited about this. So welcome to the journey, and let's enjoy it. And by the way, I was reminded this morning of a quote from the great theologian Mike Tyson, who said, everyone has a plan until they get busted in the mouth. Okay, so look, if you're new on this, or if you're like me, you've been around for a minute, what I want you to know is this. Sometimes you begin this plan that you need to do, and it's going to transform your life, but sometimes you feel like you get busted in the mouth. Anybody ever feel like you've been busted in the mouth before? Wayne has. See there, I know that. I didn't say if you ever wanted to bust anybody in the mouth, but sometimes on the journey you feel like, wow, it just bam, got busted in the mouth. Look, so but we want to enjoy this ride. We're going to enjoy this time together. And so welcome. So some of you all need to prepare now for in a few moments, we're going to ask you to come off mute, to put your hand up down in the reactions button so that we could hear a little bit about your question for Julie and me, or maybe a little bit of your story. So right now I'm going to turn it over to Julie, and Julie's going to be speaking with us, and we're so glad to host this with you, Julie. So thank you so much for being on here with us.
Thank you, Rick. That was an amazing introduction. I really appreciate that. I'm so excited to be here today, guys. Like I said, and you've heard from Rick, my name's Julie Reynolds, and my coaches are the absolutely amazing Pat and Karen Schatzline. And I just really appreciate, being able to talk on here today. And we're talking about your current reality, creating your first structural tension chart. So when you first hear that, you could kind of think like a little overwhelming or a little intimidating, especially if you're on, day 5, day 6 of the program. Congratulations and welcome to all the new people. But it's really something that you're probably already doing. You just don't know that it's called a structural tension chart. But we'll go through that and we'll just talk about that. First, I wanted to talk about and share my story, because I think through my story and hearing it, you'll understand better what the structural tension chart steps are and how you can think about those in your own personal story and in your journey. So I was back in 2019 was when I started program. And when I started, my current reality was I was 53 pounds overweight. I was getting ready to go into my 40s, stay at home homeschooling mom of 4 kids. So trying to keep up with them and run around, busy life, wanting to interact and play with my kids and go outside and enjoy park days and all of those things. But I was really a couch potato mom because I didn't have the energy to get up and play with them at the park. It was, okay, kids, you go play, and I just need a break. I would sit down. And so I was really missing out on a lot of those memories and interactions with my kids. And when we would have pictures taken, I was the mom that was hiding behind the kids, or I was the one taking the pictures, or the worst thing to admit, I would delete them off my phone because I didn't like the way I looked. I was not comfortable in my skin. I was not confident in who I was. And it was really, really affecting a lot of areas in my life. That was my current reality at that time in 2019. Step in Pat and Karen, and they interrupted my reality. They showed me that it didn't matter what our age was or what our lifestyle was or how busy we thought we were. There is an opportunity to change. We can make changes in our life and create, goals, and to actually reach those goals. And so through that, I was introduced to the program. I followed the program. 5 months, I lost 53 pounds and got back the energy. Those of you who are on program right now in the first week, how many of you are starting to feel that energy, right? Around day 5, day 6, you start getting that. And I'm one that can't have coffee and caffeine, like that kind of thing. And so I had to call Karen, and I was like, Karen, what is in this stuff? Because I have got so much energy. And she's like, Julie, that's what your body's naturally supposed to feel like when it's properly nourished. And so that's where I was at that point. And my goals were, to get that vitality back. Now here, fast forward, I've lost the weight. My joints don't hurt anymore. I'm out hiking with my kids. I'm going kayaking, and I'm being able to make those memories. And the pictures don't bother me anymore. I'm right there with the kids, enjoying the life, enjoying things with my husband. And it's just amazing how, when we go through those things, how everything changes. So the whole thing of the structural tension chart, if you have your books, it's in the life book. wonderful life book here that Dr. Anderson wrote. And we're on pages 160 and 163. The chart is actually on page 162. It looks like this. So if you want to follow along with your book, that would be really a helpful thing for you to understand and to actually see what I'm talking about. But if you need a little bit more detail into actual what structural tension is and how it all works, we actually talked about it in element 3, and the presenters went really, really good into detail of what that is. So like Rick had said, all of these coffee with clients are recorded on our YouTube channel. And so that would be an amazing thing to go back and look at element 3 and to reach out to your coach. Your coach is going to be able to guide you through that a little bit more in detail too. So what I just want to talk about is, what is your current reality? Start thinking about these things. Where are you right now? And my current reality in 2019 was what I already explained. My current reality in 2023 is different, but the structural tension chart still works for everybody today, no matter where you are on your journey, because it's not about where I was in 2019, it's where I am now and where am I going. So what are my secondary choices? Secondary choices are simply the choices and the steps that we're making to get to our goals. So some of those things can be, excuse me, like here in the book under secondary choices, they have portion controlled of 6 meals a day, eating breakfast every day, low glycemic carbs only, lean and green. These are the things that are listed in the book, but that's what the program is. It's those fuelings, those 5 fuelings, your lean and green meal, getting in your water, getting in those 7 hours of sleep every night. Those are your secondary choices. And then you just look at what is your desired results. And no matter where you're at in your journey, you can definitely, do that. So think of your situation right now. What is your current reality? What are the choices you're making? And where is that going to take you? Is it lining up properly? We just came through Valentine's Day and the Super Bowl. It's never an amazing time to, start a journey. It's because it's in our life. It's as we go along. We're making those little choices as we go along. So, at Valentine's Day, maybe we made a couple different choices because we have new goals. Um, at the Super Bowl, maybe we ate a few different things than we normally would have because we're getting to those goals. That's all a structural tension chart is. It's where we are and where we want to go. And the middle is, what are those choices that we're going to do to get us there? That's simply what it is. So think about where you are. Talk to your coach, reach out to them. Maybe they can give you, all of those secondary choices in the middle of how to get to your goals, because everybody's goals are different. So Rick, did you have anything you wanted to add to any of that?
Yeah, I wanted to jump in there, Julie. I'm just like sitting here because I love what you're doing. And I think we all understand that structural tension of our life. And I loved how you're addressing the current reality. And I noticed, I believe it was Tara that posted on there that her current reality, when we start the program, it changes over time. But that tension is always a part of our current reality. You know what I'm saying? So my goal when I started, really, Julie, was to live and not die, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
now my goal is to live life to its fullest, and I know you said you got 4 kids. That's amazing. I got 4 grandbabies, 2 boys, and I got 4 grandbabies. And we just found out yesterday we got a brand new little grandbaby girl coming. That's going to be number 5. Come on. So let me just tell you all that grandkids, by the way, are God's reward for not killing your own. All right. I'm just saying that. I'm just going to put that out there. And, but the tension in the journey is always there. And I love how Dr. A presents in the Habits of Health system this remarkable path to navigate those tensions. And reality, the fuelings are an amazing part of the component, a part of the program, but also the renewing of the mind, the reestablishing of goals, the dreaming bigger as we go. Julie, let me ask you a question. So since you started the journey, your own journey, have your dreams for what you could do or become with your health and all that, have they gotten bigger or smaller since you started?
Oh, way bigger, way bigger. When I started program, I literally was just thinking I wanted to lose, maybe 10, 15 pounds. I had no idea I could lose 53 pounds, get energy back, play with my kids. I had no idea that in my 40s, I could be out hiking in the mountains of South Dakota, or, going on all kinds of adventures with my kids and going in caves and all those things. I just didn't know that I could, because my current reality was, well, everybody around me is not at their optimal weight. Everybody has really bad joint pains. And so I was really stuck in the thing of, well, if I could just do a little, maybe that would be good enough. But as you go along, my dreams just got bigger and bigger, and I just keep growing on those to the optimal health every day.
Yeah, really, I noticed that Wayne put in the note about it's just like this tension is just like a rubber band. Tension wants to be resolved. It needs to be resolved. One of the ways that I've looked at that tension part of it is that it's almost like a bow and arrow. There's got to be that pulling back before there's that thrust forward. And sometimes when there's that tension put on my life or on my journey, and the other thing, Julie, is for me in this journey, look, the fuelings are based on science, and all of the work is established there, proven scientifically. If we follow the program, our bodies will change. We believe that.
Right.
Sometimes the tension comes in the mindset, in how we address food. I remember one time when I was brand new on the program, I've said this before, but I was literally in the drive-through at Taco Bell. Julie, can I just confess this? Can I get this out? So I was literally in the drive-through line at Taco Bell. I knew that I was in a dark place, but it's just like one of those soft tacos. It's just like, I want it. But I knew there was this tension between the old me, which was my current reality, and the dream of what I believed I could do. But there's so many habits and so many occasions in our life that we build around food,
Yes.
that tension is a very great reality. And I was in line and I was like, oh, I'd already ordered it. I had cars behind me. I thought, do I jump the curb? How do I get out of this? I didn't know what to do. So what I did was I picked up my phone and I called my coach. And I said, you know what? I'm sitting in the drive-through at Taco Bell. And if you don't talk me off this mountain, I'm about to get me a beef burrito or something. You know what I'm saying? Talk me out of this. And JM laughed, and my coach navigated me through that. So I want to encourage all of our clients to realize that the tension is the part of the journey that really helps us propel into those new goals and new dreams that are unfolding in this process. But I want to encourage every client that you have no greater resource in this journey than your coach. So lean into your coach. Let your coach help you. Let your coach respond. And JM, my coach, he didn't criticize me. He didn't condemn me. He did talk me off the mountain, and I paid for the food and I gave it to the little girl working inside the Taco Bell. But that's some of that tension that we feel in the middle of that, right? What we do.
Absolutely. Yeah, you talking about your Taco Bell situation kind of reminded me of when I started program. I started, and 1 week later, we went on a family vacation to Universal. Now, if anybody has ever been to Universal, food's everywhere. I mean, you just smell
No.
it through the streets. The shops are all over. And there's definitely that structural tension. You kind of have that mindset of, well, vacation food doesn't count, right? And that's where we get in that little trap, that mindset trap. But that tension of, okay, I have the feelings in my purse, or I could go over to Ben and Jerry's. What is the tension? What is that pull and that decision I'm going to make in that moment? So when you do have those situations of structural tension, always give yourself the opportunity to make the healthier choice. Because if we don't have it, we're not prepared ahead of time with having those feelings there, or having your coach on the phone that you can call in the middle of Taco Bell, you're not being fair to yourself to be able to make that choice.
Yeah,
So definitely reach out with your coach, and
yeah,
have that already in place.
yeah. And look, Julie, you made me think. I really want to emphasize here again the YouTube channel. I think we both mentioned it, but I want to mention it one more time because there really is a tremendous catalog, tremendous resources right here. It's completely free to you. And some of these areas and the different elements, you can go there and you can watch those completely. It's completely free. And this team leads with such excellence that they provide for us many opportunities just like that. And I loved your emphasis, Julie, about preparing beforehand. I remember Jennifer and I took our kids and all, to Disney, but we made provision before we went. So we knew what we were going to do. And we actually had a wonderful, successful day on program at Disney. Most people, I think, either have a victory or a failure on days like that because of the mindset they had coming into the day. So if I leave myself an excuse as to why, well, maybe I could get one of those, well, anyway, no sense trying to describe that. But
Right.
if so we try to plan going into it. And the other thing is in the other principles and elements, for me, the structural tension is released some if I get the proper amount of sleep, if I get the water intake and all of that, to where I am very aware of my day and have that moment in the morning where I begin to look at my day and really try to maximize that moment. So I'm super excited about that.
So congratulations, you're doing it. You're getting those goals. You're making those secondary choices, and just keep on going. And we really love you guys being on here, and you guys are what makes this community absolutely amazing. So I hope you guys have a great, amazing weekend. And like Rick said, reach out to your coach, thank them. Let them know what your structural tension chart is today, what you took away from today, and plug back into those coffee with clients on the YouTube channel for sure.
Okay, thank you, Julie. Thank all you guys, and we'll see you all next time. And have a wonderful day.